Silent, fast, and deadly. The Mark 48 torpedo is the unseen fist of the U.S. Navy's submarine force. Built to hunt deep-diving enemies and crush surface ships alike, it has patrolled the world's oceans since the 1970s. What began as a Cold War necessity evolved into a precision weapon that defines modern undersea warfare even today. It is the primary torpedo carried by U.S. attack subs and is one of the most capable in the world. The weapon is carried by all U.S. Navy submarines, including Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines and Seawolf Los Angeles and Virginia-class attack submarines. In this video, Defense Updates examines why Mark 48 torpedo is a key weapon for the U.S. military. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The Mark 48 is a heavyweight torpedo. It's about 19 feet long and 21 inches wide. That's the same diameter as a standard submarine torpedo tube, so it fits easily into most American and Allied submarines. It weighs around 1.5 to 1.7 tons, depending on the model. The warhead carries roughly 650 pounds, 295 kilograms, of high explosive, enough to destroy or cripple large surface ships. The design balances speed, endurance, and hitting power. The Mark 48 has been produced and upgraded by several American defense companies. Lockheed Martin has led many of the recent modernization contracts, while other firms supply engines, electronics, and parts. It's not just used by the U.S. Navy. Allies such as Australia, Canada, Brazil, the Netherlands, and Taiwan also operate their own Mark 48 versions. Mark 48 launches quietly from a submarine's torpedo tube using a swim-out method, so there's no loud burst of air or bubbles to give away the submarine's position. Once in the water, it powers up and begins searching for its target. It runs on a piston engine fueled by Otto Fuel 2, a single-component liquid propellant. This system is compact and efficient, allowing long run times and high speed. Later versions use a pump jet propulsor instead of a traditional propeller. Pump jets reduce noise and make the torpedo harder to detect. They also improve efficiency at high speed. The result is a weapon that can sprint toward a target quickly, but still operate quietly enough to sneak up in passive mode when needed. This flexibility lets it work in both deep ocean and coastal waters. The Mark 48 is guided in two ways, through a wire connection and by its own acoustic homing system. When launched, a thin copper wire links the torpedo to the submarine. This wire lets the crew update target data or steer the torpedo mid-run. If the wire breaks, the weapon switches to autonomous mode. Its onboard sonar system can work in active or passive modes. In passive mode, it listens for the sounds of ships or submarines. In active mode, it sends out pings and tracks the echoes. Advanced digital processors allow it to tell the difference between real targets, decoys, and background noise. This helps it stay locked on even if the enemy tries to jam or confuse it. Exact numbers are classified, but open sources suggest the Mark 48 can exceed speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, 63 miles per hour, and has a maximum range of 24 miles, 38 kilometers. In battle, American submarines use it against enemy subs, destroyers, and other large warships. Against surface ships, it usually detonates beneath the keel. The explosion creates a massive gas bubble that can snap the ship's hull and sink it almost instantly. The torpedo can search in patterns, change depth, and circle back for another attack if it misses the first time. Its mix of guidance modes gives it flexibility in complex situations, whether hunting deep underwater or near the surface. The original Mark 48 entered service around 1972. It was powerful, but still limited by the electronics of that era. In the 1980s, the Navy introduced the Mark 48 ADCAP, Advanced Capability. This version added faster processing, improved sonar, and better software to chase quieter submarines. The biggest leap came with the Mod 7 CBASS, Common Broadband Advanced Sonar System. This model, developed with Australia, gave the torpedo a broadband sonar suite. It could now detect, classify, and track multiple targets in complex underwater conditions. CBASS also made it more resistant to modern countermeasures and improved its ability to operate in shallow or noisy coastal zones. The Mod 7 remains the current U.S. standard, with newer software and quieter propulsion systems still in development. The Mark 48 gives U.S. submarines a reliable, powerful weapon that shapes how navies operate. It adds pressure on enemy ships to stay alert and cautious. Because a single torpedo can sink a billion-dollar warship, it's a major factor in naval deterrence. Submarines armed with Mark 48s can threaten fleets far from home ports, forcing adversaries to devote resources to protection and detection. This weapon also helps protect sea lanes and support U.S. control of key maritime routes. Its presence alone changes how other navies plan their movements. The U.S. Navy continues to invest in Mark 48 upgrades. Recent efforts focus on extending service life, lowering maintenance costs, and making software easier to update. Newer projects explore modular designs that let components be swapped out quickly, along with software-defined sonar systems that can receive updates like a computer. There's also research into quieter propulsion, possibly using electric systems or advanced fuels. These could improve stealth and range while reducing logistics demands. Even after 50 years, the Mark 48 is far from obsolete. Its open architecture means it can keep evolving without a complete redesign. The Mark 48 torpedo is more than a weapon. It's a platform built to grow. Its design has adapted to every major shift in undersea warfare since the Cold War. From its original 1970s model to today's broadband Mod 7, it has proven flexible, reliable, and deadly. Its continued production shows how critical torpedoes remain, even in an era of drones and long-range missiles. Submarines still need a quiet, accurate, and powerful way to destroy ships and subs. The Mark 48 delivers that capability. With steady upgrades and a strong industrial base, it's set to remain the U.S. Navy's heavyweight torpedo for years to come.